Concerns are growing over the safety of Nepali citizens in Iran and Israel as tensions between the two countries escalate. The ongoing conflict has put many lives at risk, prompting close monitoring by Nepali authorities. Meanwhile, back home, budget deliberations have begun in Parliament amid continued obstruction by the opposition. And despite days of federal deadlock, provincial governments are moving ahead, preparing to announce their respective budgets as well. Also in today's Kantipur news, we will break down for you what black boxes are as authorities speed up probe into the recent devastating Air India crash. Good evening, I am Aprila Ghising Lama and these are the headlines of the hour. Deliberations on government budget begins in lower house amid opposition obstruction. Ruling lawmakers raise concerns over revenue projections. Opposition warns the current course will lead to the country's blacklisting. Concerns about safety of Nepali nationals in Israel and Iran grow as conflict escalates between the nations. Ministry of Foreign Affairs confirmed safety of those in both places so far. Iran launches missiles as part of central and northern Israel. Israeli authorities say at least 10 people have been killed in Iranian strikes. British government issues an advisory against travel to Israel. And 3 thrilling fixtures set for tonight at FIFA Club World Cup. First match to see Bayern Munich against New Zealand's Auckland City at 9:45 p.m. Nepali time. Welcome back. Deliberation on the national budget for the Nepali fiscal year of 2082-83 started in the House of Representatives. The session commenced amid slogans and obstructions from opposition parties, including the Rashtra Prajatantra Party and the Rashtriya Swatantra Party. During the discussion, lawmakers from the ruling alliance raised concerns over the revenue projections. They questioned whether the estimated income can realistically be achieved. Nepali Congress parliamentarian and former Finance Minister Dr. Prakash Charan Mahat proposed amendments to the budget. He recommended full tax exemptions for the information technology and agriculture sectors for a limited period. He also advised revising the clause that mandates the Nepal Electricity Authority to purchase electricity solely through the take and pay model. Dr. Mahat added that with increasing private investment in hydropower, the government should approach further investment in the sector with caution. He warned that the government's revenue expectations may not be met and the tax collection targets will be difficult to reach. CPN-UML parliamentarian Bhim Prasad Acharya highlighted that the budget includes references to reforms in 12 laws. He urged the government to move forward with those changes. He also emphasized the need to encourage private sector investment and to ensure reliable market access. Foreign Finance Minister and CPN Maoist Center parliamentarian Barsaman Pun criticized the budget, calling it weak and lacking effort from both the finance minister and the major coalition partners. He warned that the government's current course could lead the country toward blacklisting. He pointed out the budget does not include a clear strategy to remove Nepal from the Financial Action Task Force's grey list. Pun acknowledged the budget was well received by the private sector, but said it fails to address the needs of lower and middle income citizens. Now, moving on, following an Israeli strike on Iran last Friday, both countries have launched retaliatory attacks. Recent missile strikes from Iran have caused damage to buildings in central and northern Israel. Amid rising tensions, questions are being raised about the safety of the approximately 7,000 Nepali nationals currently residing in Israel. Nepali workers in Israel report growing anxiety since the attacks began. Air raid sirens and the sounds of missile interceptions have disrupted sleep and heightened a sense of vulnerability among the Nepali community. According to the Nepali embassy in Tel Aviv, all Nepali nationals in Israel remain safe. Nepal's ambassador to Israel, Dhan Prasad Pandit, confirmed that no Nepali nationals have been harmed by the conflict. He stated that while the situation remains tense and schools, markets and public transport are currently shut down, no emergency has directly affected Nepali citizens so far. The embassy has advised Nepali nationals to remain in contact and to reach out if any emergency arises. It has also maintained a regular coordination with Nepal's Ministry of Foreign Affairs in response to the developing situation. In Sunday's session of the House of Representatives, several lawmakers called on the government to take urgent diplomatic steps to ensure the safety and potential evacuation of Nepali citizens from Israel. According to Nepal's Department of Foreign Employment, 1,888 Nepali nationals currently in Israel hold labor approvals under the caregiving sector. Government officials have indicated that the number of Nepali going to Israel has declined in recent years, particularly after the suspension of the Learn and Earn program following the COVID-19 pandemic. International media reports confirm that at least 10 Israeli nationals have been killed in the recent missile attacks targeting northern and central regions of the country. Moving on, a leading Kathmandu-based human rights group, Inherent International, has expressed deep concern over the escalating military conflict between Iran and Israel. In a statement issued today, the organization warns that the targeting of nuclear sites, oil depots and civilian areas poses a serious threat to regional and international security. Inherent condemns Israel's reported surprise attack and Iran's retaliatory drone strikes, calling them dangerous provocations that undermine global non-proliferation norms. Despite no evidence Iran is actively pursuing nuclear weapons, the group fears the conflict could fuel dangerous nuclear narratives. They urge immediate de-escalation, renewed diplomatic talks on Iran's nuclear program, and stronger international commitment to a nuclear-free Middle East. Now, moving on, President Ramchandra Paudel has urged the Public Service Commission, PSC, to remain vigilant and responsible in selecting civil servants who are ethical, disciplined, and committed to the nation. Speaking at a special ceremony in Kathmandu on Sunday to mark the 75th anniversary and Diamond Jubilee of the Commission, President Paudel emphasized the need for the PSG to uphold justice for the present generation and instill hope for the future. He said the Commission must fulfill its duties with a strong sense of responsibility and integrity. Praising the Commission's commitment over the past 7.5 decades, the President highlighted its consistent adherence to core principles of transparency, efficiency and professionalism. Also addressing the event, Prime Minister KP Sharma Oli stressed the importance of a capable civil service for effective governance. He stated that competent, qualified and impartial civil servants are the backbone of a sound administrative system. Prime Minister Oli described the bureaucracy as a constitutional mechanism that should function independently of politics while remaining closely aligned with the goals of governance. He noted that the success of any government largely depends on the efficiency of its civil service. It is time for our segment Public Pulse, where you text us with your opinion.
Public Pulse, brought to you by
Global College of Management, the first choice for +2 management. Baneshwar, Kathmandu. Global School of Science, an exclusive center of +2 science. Baneshwar, Kathmandu.
Here's today's question. What's your take on CPN Maoist Center Chairperson Dahal warning of a protest if the deal is not implemented just a day after reaching an agreement with the ruling party? Your options are A. Posturing without intent to act, B. Statement intended to appease party cadres, C. Strategic pressure on the ruling party, or D. Prefer not to comment. Visit www.kantipurtv.com or www.ekantipur.com to share your opinion with us. It is time now for a short break. We have more news coming up. Three people have died after a Bailey bridge under construction collapsed over the Hewa River in Pachthar, located along the Mechi Highway. According to Chief of the District Police Office, Pachthar, DSP Kaushal Kumar Burathoki, the deceased have been identified as 22-year-old Rupalal Chaudhary, 27-year-old Rajan Chaudhary and 22-year-old Prakash Chaudhary, all from Simara sub-metropolitan city in Bara district. All three were injured in the collapse and referred from Pachthar to Noble Hospital in Biratnagar, where they were declared dead by attending doctors. The Bailey Bridge collapsed at around 6 p.m. on Saturday evening. The original concrete bridge over the Hewa River on the Pachthar section of the Mechi Highway was washed away by a flood on 17th of June 2023. In response, a Bailey Bridge was constructed for the first time. However, that bridge too was swept away by another flood on 28th of September 2024. Following this, the federal government, through the Road Division Office in Ilam, initiated a new process and contracted Dovan Super Saugat Light Builders JV to construct another Bailey Bridge. In the meantime, traffic is being diverted through Hume pipes installed temporarily. However, this diversion is at risk of being submerged or washed away during heavy rainfall when the river swells. Now, moving on, differences between the Parliamentary Committee and the government have created confusion around who should be responsible for conducting the Secondary Education Examination SEE province or the federal government. Amid the uncertainty, the Office of the Controller of Examinations has begun collecting registration forms and fees for the upcoming SEE. The Office of the Controller of Examinations is currently collecting registration forms for the Secondary Education Examination SEE to be held in the Nepali academic year of 2082. However, disagreements between the Parliamentary Committee and the federal government regarding the conduct of the SEE have created uncertainty. The School Education Bill is currently under clause-by-clause discussion in the Parliamentary Education Committee. The government has defined basic education as grades 1 to 8 and secondary education as grades 9 to 12. The Education Subcommittee has already decided that only the final examination of grade 12 will be conducted at the national level, while the SEE at the end of grade 10 should be conducted by individual schools. The subcommittee claims that this decision was made to reduce the examination burden on students. However, the government has already stated in its budget that the SEE will be conducted and managed at the provincial level. As a result, the conflicting views between the legislature and the executive on this issue have left teachers, students, and parents in confusion.
समितिमा शिक्षा समितिहरुमा यो विषयमा छलफल पनि भइराछ नगर्ने नै भन्ने कुरो देखिन्छ तर यतातिर फेरि राष्ट्रिय परीक्षा बोर्डले रजिस्ट्रेसन फर्महरु भरिराछ अब त्यो हामीले फर्म फिल अप गरिराछौं अब यो एउटा अहिलेसम्म अन्योलको वातावरण छ तर हामीलाई के लाग्छ भन्नुहुन्छ भने यो मूल्याङ्कनको मापन गर्ने यो नियमित प्रक्रिया हो अब यो रोकिनु हुँदैन.
Previously, registration for the SEE was done in grade 9. However, due to delays in the Ministry of Finance's decision following the enactment of the Free and Compulsory Education Act, which states that education up to the secondary level shall be free, the registration has been done in grade 10 this year. A fee of 300 Nepali rupees per student has been charged for registration. Last year, 421,000 students filled out the registration forms, and this year, the number is even higher.
तत्कालीन माननीय मन्त्रीज्यूले अर्थ मन्त्रालयसँग पनि कुरा गर्नुपर्छ भनेर कुरा अगाडि बढाउनु भयो र हाम्रो निर्णय प्रक्रियामा अर्थ मन्त्रालयसँग हामीले माग गर्यौं र अर्थ मन्त्रालयबाट केही निर्णय आउँछ भने किनकि यो राजस्व शीर्षकमा रहेको छ अर्थ मन्त्रालयबाट कुनै निर्णय आयो भने त्यो निर्णय पर्खेर मात्रै रजिस्ट्रेसन गराउने भन्ने एउटा कारणले गर्दा केही ढिलाइ भयो.
6 years ago, the government implemented the letter grading system in the SEE and allowed students scoring between 0 to 20 marks to progress to higher grades. This has reportedly led to a decline in student learning, achievement, and educational quality. Experts and stakeholders argue that only a well-defined institutional arrangement for conducting the SEE can improve student evaluation and learning outcomes. It is crucial to resolve the ongoing confusion over the management of the SEE, which directly impacts the future and learning achievements of nearly 500,000 students each year. For Kantipur News, with Suraj Khatka on camera, a report by Narayan Kilambu. Now, the government aims to make Nepal fully clean by the Nepali year of 2087 with key indicators like safe drinking water, waste management, hygiene, and among others. In support of this, Dharma Rural Municipality of Salyan has declared 19 localities as clean.
As part of the government's target, Dharma Rural Municipality in Salyan aims to declare 25 localities as fully sanitation-oriented by the Nepali month of Asar this fiscal year, reaching 1,150 households. So far, 19 areas across various wards have been declared fully sanitation-oriented, with volunteers deployed on the ground.
सबै टोललाई भन्यौं हामीले फिल्टर ल्यायौं धारा ल्यायौं हातहरु धुने सिकायौं बाटामा डोकाहरु बसाल्यौं अहिले यहाँको जनताहरुले भएको प्लास्टिकहरुलाई डोकोमा राख्ने गरेका छन्
Locals are now actively learning to clean their homes and surroundings while managing both biodegradable and non-biodegradable waste as per the municipality's guidelines. Those who strictly follow the standards, whether individuals, groups or organizations, are being recognized with certificates, commendations and honors, encouraging even greater participation in the campaign.
हामीलाई सबै राम्रो स्वास्थ्य राम्रो हुन्छ हाम्रो अनि गाउँघर सबै सफा हुन्छ हाम्रो जग्गा जमिन पनि सबै कागज जग्गा जाँदैन.
In Dharma Rural Municipality, 81 local development committees have already been formed. Work is ongoing to establish similar committees in the remaining areas, with efforts underway to officially register and enlist them through the municipality. The Water Supply and Sanitation Division has been actively working in each ward, focusing on improving sanitation standards. Households have been encouraged to adopt proper toilet use, ensure access to clean drinking water, and manage waste effectively. These initiatives are part of a broader plan designed to strengthen sanitation across the municipality. With a clear commitment to national sanitation goals, Dharma Rural Municipality has developed a water and sanitation plan to guide its efforts. Schools and children have played a key role in spreading awareness, helping deliver messages directly into homes and communities.
7वटा सूचक छ 7वटा सूचक मध्ये एउटा सूचक भनेको पहिलो सूचक भनेको योजना तर्जुमा जुन चाहिँ पालिकाले चाहिँ यनस प्लान बनाइसकेको छ र बाँकी रहेका 6वटा सूचकहरु रहेर चाहिँ फिल्डका साथीहरुले चाहिँ उहाँहरुले सहजीकरण गर्ने र त्यसतर्फ उन्मुख गराउने काम गरिरहेको भएको छ.
Treating sanitation as both a habit and a cultural value, the municipality's campaign is already showing positive results. 19 communities have transitioned toward improved sanitation in line with 7 national indicators and targets set for the Nepali year of 2087. The campaign continues to gain momentum in other areas as well. A report by Sarita Chalauni from Salyan for Kantipur News.
Now, before wrapping up, let's take a look into the top stories once again. Deliberations on government budget begins in lower house amid opposition obstruction. Ruling lawmakers raise concerns over revenue projections. Opposition warns the current course will lead to the country's blacklisting. Concerns about safety of Nepali nationals in Israel and Iran grow as conflict escalates between the nations. The Ministry of Foreign Affairs confirmed safety of those in both places so far. Iran launches missiles at parts of central and northern Israel. Israeli authorities say at least 10 people have been killed in Iranian strikes. British government issues an advisory against travel to Israel. And 3 thrilling fixtures set for tonight at FIFA Club World Cup. First match to see Bayern Munich against New Zealand's Auckland City at 9:45 p.m. Nepali time. That is all for the moment. Thank you for watching. Bye for now.